Hey guys, sorry it took me so long. As promised, I wanted to deliver and make this short video for you guys to tell you guys my experience of being on set with the Gaga for A Star is Born. Where to begin? Um, so to answer some of your guys' questions, I can't say everything because they asked us not to give too much information about the music that we hear because they want it to be such a full package for you guys. So I don't want to ruin that for anybody. Um, and as you guys already know, Gaga is crazy about her work. So for, with respect to her, I won't go in detail with lyrics or um, what type of style she used because I am a music fanatic and I pick up music really fast. So even though I might know some of the lyrics that are in the songs and wish I could sing them to you guys, I won't do that because I promise you, you guys, it is most definitely worth the wait. And you guys are in for a ginormous treat. And I didn't even get to hear all of them. I heard, I want to say 5 or 6 of the songs that will be in the movie. So I only got half of what is projected to be in the movie. So I'm on the same boat as you guys. So being on set on the first day was beyond beautiful. Okay, so we go out and we're in line at 11 o'clock in the morning. Gaga was probably actually there before we were, but we waited outside of the Coachella area event venue, and they let us in about 12:30, and we were on set all day long until I want to say we walked out of there about 12:30 in the morning. So, and just because we were finished did not mean that Gaga was finished. She stood there and she kept filming. But when we first got there, we went to the first stage and we started filming some of the songs that were in the movie. And the crazy part was that we couldn't hear the music that she heard. So she had in-ears and the live band was feeding her, the audio so that she could sing to. And this girl went full voice, song after song, take after take, and she just went for it like on stage, and she literally lived in every single song, which you guys know because she does that on tour or even when she's singing on video, whatever. Gaga goes for it 125 million%. That's what she did on stage. So we're out there and we're in this crazy heat, and the crew is just handing us waters and waters and waters. I think I probably drank about 5 or 6 bottles of water. It was so hot out there. I want to say it was probably about 111 out there when we were out there. It was really hot. And so everybody's kind of going through the motion. We're screaming, we're being in the moment with her because she just brings the show. And the crew told us that we could take a break, so we go out and we take a break, an hour lunch. And instead of Gaga taking a break, she goes and films another scene with Bradley while we're taking a break. And she was the one that was going crazy with vocals, and she goes out, but her work ethic is freaking amazing, so she of course is going to go out there and kill it, of course. So we go out there and we're thinking these booths are going to be open for us to buy food. The crew buys this food. The crew or Gaga or whoever was in charge of buying food that day paid for us to have sandwiches, and not just regular sandwiches. These were like amazing gourmet sandwiches, and there were seaweed chips and kale chips and juices and waters, and it was awesome. Everybody was just kind of like are you serious? Like, did they really just do this for us? But so it felt really special. It was awesome because it was a beautiful gesture. We were out there in the heat, and we're out here complaining because we're sweaty and we're in this sweltering heat, but they provided this for us, and I know that Gaga had more to do with it than anybody else would ever want to admit. So we go back on set, and this time they wanted to move us to another stage. We were filming another part of the movie. So then she starts with another song, and everybody by this point, because we had already heard 1, 2, 3 songs in those first few hours, and we went back to the other stage, and we redid some audience reaction with one of the songs that we heard previously, and then she added another song. So we added another song to the list, and that my preference, my favorite out of all the songs that I heard was that song that we heard, the fourth song that I heard, and that's the song that I don't know, because I love all of them actually. So, but I think that one kind of got me. Maybe it was super late, and it was, her vocals were just on point, and she was apologizing. She was like, "I'm so sorry that I'm losing my voice because I've been singing all day." And you do not have to apologize to us, Gaga. Like, seriously, she was literally on point. Like, it was crazy. So then we finish about 12:30. She sends us home. Day 2, Coachella. Same craziness. Like, Gaga knows what she's doing. Like, she lives and breathes her art. Like, it is literally, it drips off of her work ethic and her professionalism, and how she dives into everything that she's doing, the chemistry that you feel on stage. Like, it was like watching a musical live. That's what it was. And she totally gave that feel of being in the moment with her, and I think that's what draws a crowd, and that's what pulls at your heartstrings. And most definitely, not only because I'm a fan, but just the storyline and the feel and the emotion and the atmosphere that they created as a crew together. It was beautiful. So then we went to the Greek theater, and late nights, I think one of the nights we were there until 2:30 in the morning. We filmed quite a few scenes. Gaga sang a couple more songs, and in the middle of it, she did like a mini concert, and the crew was supposed to be taking a break, and she came out, sits at the piano, and starts playing "You and I," "Edge of Glory," "Million Reasons," and the crowd is just freaking going crazy, because we're just like, this girl just sang for hours, and now she's gonna come out and rip some vocals with her original music that she's already working on. And it was awesome. I wish every one of you guys could have been there, because you guys would have loved it so much. She's just so good at what she does, and she really does a great job of bringing everybody together and making everybody feel at ease, and that's what she did. That's what she did that night. Everybody was kind of antsy because it was late, and but she kind of sent the message that, hey, we're in this together. If I'm here, I'm gonna bring it, and if you guys are willing to stay, let's do it. So that's what we did. We stood there till 2:30 in the morning. We filmed some scenes. She interacted with the crowd a bit, and but Gaga is fierce on set. Like, she is, when she's in acting, she's acting, and she's not the pop singer who's going crazy and getting the crowd to go crazy with her. She is the serious, dedicated, balanced, amazing, productive actor who is on set, in the moment, ready to go. Being cooperative, being flexible, being ready and excited about tweaking little pieces and giving just a little bit more each take, and redoing scenes that didn't quite meet her level of performance. It was crazy. And that was only the third night. As as we went on to different shoots and different nights, her work ethic did not slow down at all, and she just brought it every single time. Some of the questions you guys asked were, what song do I think, of the songs that I heard, which one do I think would become a hit? And honestly, I would say quite a few of them. And again, I only heard about 6 or 7 songs, so quite a few of the songs have amazing potential. Her vocals and the rawness in her voice, and just that, you know, when she sings, and it's just that raspiness that's just like so deep and beautiful. It's like it's not like anything that you guys have heard before, because it is so raw. The one thing that I can tell you though is that and I didn't hear this song when we were doing any filming, but the song Yourself that she does the background vocals for Lucas, that gives you a little taste as to what her vocals are gonna begin to sound like during this filming. Man, on the last night at the Shrine Theater was probably when my level of respect for her grew like 100 times. Everybody was kind of upset that she was late, and nobody really knew why. I think maybe the crew knew why, some of the producers knew why, but we didn't know why. They didn't tell us until we got into the Shrine Theater. So we go into the Shrine Theater. Gaga comes out on stage, and she announces to us that Sonia had just passed. And I think in the room, you can literally just feel the entire room kind of just, everybody was just kind of like, I mean, what do you say and what do you do? Like, so then she proceeded to tell us a little bit about what happened, and she just asked us all to help her get through this final taping and to offer our energy to her. So that's all that we did. That's all anybody in the crowd could do. It was unreal. It really was indescribable, because you could literally feel her heartbeat. Everybody's heart was in sync, and everybody's heart was beating to carry her that night. And everybody there thinks that we're carrying her, but little did we know that when she started singing, and when she sang that song that she sang that night, she was carrying us, and she was literally uplifting the entire room with her spirit and her voice and her dedication to that moment. And there's nothing that I can say or explain to you guys that would give that experience justice. You guys just know that you'll be blessed when you watch it, and it's so beyond what you even can expect. Like, it's so this movie, A Star Is Born, is going to be everything that you can imagine a Gaga movie would be like. Who invites their fans to come and be part of the audience? Who creates an atmosphere that is literally engulfed in family and joy and love and grace and kindness, and the crew together. Even just watching the crew interact with each other was amazing because they did such a beautiful job of being respectful to one another and being courteous and treating the each one of us like we were just as important as anybody else in the movie. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful to be a part of. Monsters out there always impress me. Everybody is like such a huge family, and it's so fun to be a part of, and it's so fun to go to. Not a lot of people know this, but on that last show, on that last night when she sang for Sonia, when the friend that I went to the taping with couldn't stay as long as the taping lasted, and there was no way that I could leave. I just, being a Lady Gaga fan, like, you just want to be there for her because, you know, she does such a good job of being there for everybody else with her music and with her grace. So I wanted to offer her the same kind of grace. So I stood there, and he was my ride. So I was on my own, but I didn't. It didn't bother me because I wasn't worried about that at that moment. I figured I'll deal with that once the taping's over. I'll figure out how I'll get home. So I live in Bakersfield. The taping was in Los Angeles, so I was about 2 hours from home. And we leave the taping, and they had us lock our phones up so we couldn't video record or leak any of the footage that we saw or any of the vocals that we heard. And I took my phone out of the pouch, and it was dead. So I was thinking, okay, well, it's time to go. My phone's dead, and I'm 2 hours away from home. So I found a water cooler, you know, the electric ones that you plug in and it stays cold. And I plugged my phone in, and I was trying to download Lyft so that I can get a ride to the Greyhound station, because I figured I would just get a ride there, take the bus to Bakersfield, and then have somebody pick me up once I get back into town. So then my phone was deciding it was going to take forever to charge, and the plug wasn't keeping a charge. So I had to go outside, and so I go outside and I see the guys packing up from the crew. So I'm standing there, and I asked the guy, excuse me, do you happen to have like an outlet in the it was like a huge RV that they had. And he was like, yeah, we'll plug it in here, and you just don't worry about it. We'll plug it in, we'll get you a lift, and we'll take care of it. I said, okay. So we were standing there, and I was talking to him, so I took the opportunity. I didn't want to seem too anxious, so I took the opportunity to ask questions about his experience and whether or not he enjoyed, you know, watching the filming and meeting, if he got to meet Lady Gaga. I didn't even have to ask him that much because he spilled the beans all on his own. So he starts telling me about, hey, did she tell you guys that her friend passed away? And I was like, well, yes, it was very emotional, and like everybody was literally felt her heart brokenness in that moment. And he said, do you know that I can't believe she showed up today. I mean, I wouldn't have even shown up. Like, her work ethic is so amazing that nobody would have blamed her had she not been here today. But she still showed up. Everybody was just, he said the whole crew was just kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe that she's still gonna do this today. And they knew that it was gonna be an emotional scene. They knew that it was gonna be something that she had to be super focused for. So he goes on to say that there was a new guy that they had just started working with that was helping him load stuff. And the guy was like, hey, there was Lady Gaga, the celebrity diva. Like, there she goes crying. And he goes, the guy says, I hit him on his shoulder and said, hey, man, her best friend just passed away. And he said that the other guy was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I just thought she was like all the other celebrities that are like dramatic divas. Like, and he was like, no. He goes, everybody was telling him about how amazing she was, and about how she would stay outside of the Coachella stage and chat with them and just joke around and play and include them in all the conversations. And he said, this is exactly what he said to me. He said, I've never met a more genuine celebrity in my life. He said that he didn't even listen to her music before, but now that he heard her sing on stage, he was going to have to go back and listen to her albums because he was just totally blown away by her vocals. And he was just kind of, you know, when you see a Lady Gaga fan and they just want to talk about her so much, he had that same look in his facial features and his eyes and his voice. He was just so taken aback by how, you know, how much of a true artist she is. And I think that it was kind of like, you know, when somebody's talking about a family member and you're just like, yeah, I told you. It was that kind of feeling. That was kind of the feeling that I had at that moment. So I am super excited for you guys to see this movie, and I know that Gaga is beyond excited for each and every single one of us to watch and to enjoy it and to live it with her. I would love to answer every single one of your questions, but there's just some stuff that I don't want to give away because, you know, it was such a beautiful experience, and I really don't want to take that away from you guys. So everybody who's out there that got to go to it, please, let's keep these songs to ourselves until we see them on the big screen. And you guys, please, when Gaga goes out there, I don't even have to tell you guys are all going to go see it. Let's be super excited for her, encourage her. She is such a beautiful person, and she encourages us in such a beautiful level. Let's give her the same grace, the same courage, the same bravery. I love all of you guys. Thank you guys for commenting and liking and retweeting my comment all day today. Each one of you guys made me smile every single time my pocket buzzed. So I love you for that, and I look forward to seeing what you guys think, and hopefully I'll see you guys all soon.